one of the best. You've got him for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
In towards corners number 3 and 4. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We are going green right here, right now. And the 2 of Dylan Hauser. He's going to hold him up. We are on it. Put 50 laps on the board. We are green at Williams Grove. In towards turn 1 for the first time. Steven Wilson going to try the crossover, but can't get up the inside. The fight for third is on. They're going to try to wheel for second. That's 0. Kevin Dedmon hooks up the bottom on his teammate and down the back straightaway. In towards 3 and 4 for the first time. Kevin Dedmon fights with Matt McKinney and the 32 is Steven Wilson. Look at that 0. Hooks up the bottom. They're 3 wide for second, and Devin nearly has it.
Yeah, wow, the 2 car of Dylan Hauser's loving what he's seeing behind him as Dedmon slides up the racetrack, almost gets into Wilson, and here comes the 51 McKinney down the back straightaway. Almost 3 wide for the second spot, and as you can see already, ladies and gentlemen, this racetrack is prepped to perfection right now as Dedmon throws the slider right there. He's up to second.
Dedmon running his teammate hard as they work down the front straightaway and in towards 1 and 2 for the third time here of 50. The 51 of McKinney going the bottom. It's about 70% of the cars up top, 30% of them rolling that bottom groove. The 51 of McKinney is doing it. The 12 of Bergeron doing it as well. We saw Alex be strong around the bottom in the past as he's going to try to work it this time. The 98 of Justin Thompson not been able to make any headway. Your pole sitter and your quick time setter tonight did not roll off from the pole, of course, for the main event based on where he finished in his heat. But look at the 12 trying to set up the 32 of Bergeron as we're yellow. In towards 3 and 4, waiting on that 2 of Dylan Hauser. He's going to hold him up a little bit longer this time, but he gets on it. We are green as the 32 of Steven Wilson. I think he tags that inside wall, and that's going to open up Kevin Dedmon on the inside. Going to try to work that outside line, looking to get the run on Dylan Hauser. That that 0 VLR car has a bit of a run, but I don't think he's close enough to throw the slider into 3.
Yeah, and Dylan Hauser blocks that slider line anyway, so there's no way that Dedmon can make the pass there. If Hauser continues to do that, it's going to be tough to pass him. And we know throughout this season that Hauser's ran into quite a few people. It's no secret as there goes Dedmon up the inside, almost gets by him. But like I was saying, Hauser has not made a whole lot of friends this season, so there might be a little contact between him and the 0 car right there. There is right there in turn number 3.
And look behind, the 12 of Bergeron gets himself to third. Nearly 3 wide for the lead off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Hauser will hold on to it. Dedmon will hold on to second. Not a good head of steam for Bergeron off of turn 2. But look at that 98 of Justin Thompson. He's trying to get his way up into the top 3 as Bergeron on the bottom once again. On the 0, Kevin Dedmon can't quite make it stick.
Yeah, I think the bottom of the racetrack is about to become the most dominant line on the racetrack. The 12 car is making it work down low as Dedmon gets a good draw off the top side of the racetrack in turn number 4. They're nose to tail down the front stretch for about the top 5 positions. Here comes the 98 car, Justin Thompson now. He works to the outside of Bergeron as Bergeron now works to the inside of Dedmon. Dedmon's got to run down to the inside in turn number 3. The 2 car of Hauser's going to block the slider line once again, but Dedmon slides up the racetrack 3 wide again for the lead off turn number 4.
We saw the 12 of Bergeron win $10,000, dominating the top in the sprint cars. This time he's going to roll the bottom. Dedmon sends it around the outside, trying to set up the 2 of Hauser, but look at the 12 of Bergeron. Did that just play into his hands? Look at the run for the 0, but he's boxed in. Wheel-to-wheel contact for the 12 of the 0. In towards 3 and 4, they're going to hold on as Dedmon is way up over the top of the cushion, and the 12 of Bergeron will just about get gifted the second spot.
Yeah, you got to wonder what's going through the head of Dylan Hauser right now. Your race leader, he sees the 12 car coming on the bottom of the racetrack. Does he switch his lineup or does he keep running what he's running right now? Bergeron now up to second as he makes it by Dedmon, but Dedmon drives it in deep to the top of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. That cushion getting worked up the speedway, almost on the guardrails. The caution's out.
Let's see what happens, though, as Dylan Hauser on the point. He's going to almost be forced to the bottom line, but no, he's going to be clear down this front straightaway as we go back to green flag racing in towards turn 1. The 12 of Bergeron are going to try to set up the 0 of Kevin Dedmon. They work through turn 2, and they're going to be side by side for the second.
Here comes the 32 car, Steven Wilson, just behind them there, Randy. He gets by Blake, but just almost runs into the back of Alex Bergeron right there. The 32 car had a close call right there, but it is a 3 car scrap up front for the race lead. And here comes the 98 of Thompson back to the outside of Bergeron down the front stretch.
You know, Justin Thompson wants this. He's been a couple times, I think he feels he's been robbed, had good speed, but just gotten piled up into incidents. But this time, he seems to be having the night he's been looking for. Tries to set up the outside on the 12 of Bergeron, but Alex is going to shut that door. And Dedmon does the same. Devin, though, trying to keep that momentum and that pressure on the 2 of Hauser, trying to force him to crack. And big slider from the 127 Metulis behind.
Yeah, Matulis to the inside, the 98 at Thompson. They make contact off turn 2. No harm, no foul. When does the 0 car of Dedmon make the move? He's all over the 2 car Hauser, and Hauser has kind of moved up the racetrack. He's not running the slider line anymore like we saw him earlier in the race, so the slider line is open. Kevin Dedmon can throw him a big-time bomber down into the corner and maybe clear him, but he doesn't want to throw it too early and then maybe get into an accident there with the 2 car and mess up the run he's got right now. So Dedmon really biding his time, and like you mentioned there, Randy, maybe waiting for that 2 car to make a little bit of a mistake here as this cushion gets higher and higher and closer to that guardrail.
That outside line is going to get more and more intimidating to run as that cushion moves up, especially the run off of turn 4. Coming off of 2, it feels like you have all sorts of room running the outside, but off of 4, the corner really tightens up right as you're trying to get that car straightened up and down the front straightaway, and it is not that difficult to end up smacking that right rear off the outside wall. The 0 at Dedmon nearly pulls alongside on the exit of 4, but not going for it just yet. They still say single file as the whole field is just about moved to the top.
Yeah, if Dedmon if he wins this race, man, this is going to be a celebration for the ages, man. We've seen him get so excited for a top 3 finish, and heck, he's excited for a top 5 finish. And we know how bad he wants one of these wins, man. He's a sim racer by night, and he is a country singer by day. He owns the Dirty Grass Soul band, and here he is to the inside. Randy, big slider for the lead, not going to be clear.
Not going to feed the right rear to Hauser either. Going to keep that car off the 2 machine as they work down the back straightaway and in towards 3 and 4. Dylan going to run this defensive slider line this time. Number of drivers actually doing that through your mid-pack. So the racetrack evolving just a little bit as they work down the front straightaway as we approach halfway.
Yep, everybody continuing to work the top of the racetrack. I'm looking back in the field to see who's still working the bottom. Looks like the 32 car, Steven Wilson, back in about the 6th position, has continued to work the inside of the racetrack, but he's not really gaining any spots right now. Also back behind him, the 51 car, Matt McKinney, trying to work the inside groove as well. So like you said there, Randy, looks like the top of the racetrack is definitely the dominant place to be right now. And we still got a good race up front, though. The 2 car of Hauser not able to get away from the 0 car of Dedmon.
And the 12 car Bergeron, he's not catching anything, and he's settled about 0.3 of a second off that 0 car Kevin Dedmon, but he's not losing ground either. He's just sort of sitting there. Hauser, a little bit of a mistake through the center at 3 and 4, but Dedmon not quite able to take advantage. He was a little bit high, was Dylan Hauser, and I think that car got a little bit loose. He had to sort of check it up and get it pointed down the front straightaway before he stepped on the throttle, and the 0 at Dedmon nearly close enough to take advantage, as after that lap, we are halfway.
Yep, the top 3 have now broken away from the rest of the field. It's Hauser, Dedmon, Bergeron on the top of the racetrack. They work down the front straightaway. Lap number 27 in the books. Here we go. Here comes Bergeron. He tries the bottom in 1 and 2 once again. Let's see if it's still down there, that 12 car. And it's going to be fast. And if anybody knows it's going to be fast, it's going to be that 12 car. He'll run it the best out of everybody in the field. And he goes back down there in 3 and 4. He knows he's got to try something else there, Randy. He's not going to pass these guys if they're all running the top. Here he comes. He's got good bite right there off turn 4. It looks like the bottom is still in.
Do these guys see it in the rearview mirror? To the 2 of Hauser, the 0 at Dedmon. Did they try to run that? The 12 of Bergeron hooking up the bottom.
Wow, he nailed it.
Down the back straightaway. Look at the run the 12 gets, but still can't quite maintain alongside. Meanwhile, the fight for 4th has been heating up. They're 3 wide for the 4th spot. The 98 of Justin Thompson. Contact with the 32. That's going to stack them up. And the 127 of Matulis. He's going to get into the 4th spot. And it's going to be Steven Wilson into 5th as Justin Thompson cycling down the field. Matt McKinney's got his way into 6th as well.
And that's a huge break for the 127 of Blake Majulis, man. Moves up to the 4th spot. His teammate and points leader Kendall Tucker way back in the field. Almost 3 wide for the lead up front there, Randy. These guys are getting after it. Here comes Bergeron right back down to the inside of Dedmon. And now the 2 car Hauser drops it down low. I thought he was going to run the bottom right there, but he keeps it up top. And here comes Bergeron down low. Side by side for lead here on lap number 30.
Hauser kind of checked up Dedmon there through 1 and 2. Gonna run the defensive slider line again. Here they come. Trying to set it up for 3 wide off of turn 4, but not going just yet. Hauser defending beautifully. The fight for the second is still on. Dedmon gonna send it around the outside as Hauser tries the bottom for the first time all night. Here comes Bergeron on the inside trying to get to second, but still can't quite get there for the second time tonight. Dedmon finds himself blocked in.
If you don't like this, turn your computer off, turn your phone off, and do something else, because this is what it's all about here. 3 cars going at it for the race lead. The 2 of Hauser, the 0 of Dedmon, and the 12 of Bergeron. Putting on a show for the fans here at Williams Grove Speedway. Down the back straightaway, side by side for second. We're almost inside. We are inside of 20 laps to go.
Tua Hauser runs the slider line through 3 and 4 again. Alex on the bottom, Dedmon on the top as they work off of turn 4 down the front straightaway. This racetrack has changed basically every 15 or so laps. We've seen the bottom be the place to be. We've seen the top be the place to be. And they sort of evened out once again. The 12 of Bergeron, good head of steam down the back straightaway, but not quite enough. Because you have to check up so early to make that bottom work. But look at the way he puts those left side tires in the moisture, but can't quite get alongside the 0 at Dedmon. Going to be 15 laps to go next time.
That time by Hauser, your race leader, was just a 7/1000th faster than Kevin Dedmon. The fastest car on the racetrack right now is the guy in 4th, Blake Majulis, tracking these guys down, but I don't think he's got quite enough time there, Randy, to get up there. He's got 16 laps, and he's about a 10th or 2 faster than these guys in front of him.
Working as hard as he can right now is that 4th place runner, Blake Majulis, currently 2nd in the points. You know he's going to want every point he can get over his teammate, the 00, Kendall Tucker, who we were talking about. Started deep in this race, 16th. He has since worked his way up to 9th and has sort of stabilized. Has Kendall through 3 and 4, going to be your race leaders. That they're starting to fan out a little bit. All this top 3, they're not quite nose to tail the way they were about 5 laps ago. The 12 of Bergeron still runs the bottom as a 2 and the 0. They still keep themselves up top. Bergeron, good head of steam down the back straightaway, but it seems like just not enough momentum being able to get kept on that inside down these straightaways.
Yeah, he's got to get a little bit closer. Hauser's off the wall right there, Randy. Does the 0 car make a move to the inside? He looks down there. Here comes the slider attempt, possibly. He goes to the inside. They can't make contact, and it turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight as Dedmon works back down to the inside in 3 and 4.
He's going to make contact again with the 2 of Hauser. Tries his best not to. He's going to make contact with the 12 as well. Your top 3 all bouncing off one another, fighting for the race lead. And it's going to be Dylan Hauser who's just about able to hold on. The 12 of Bergeron trying to work the inside. And he's just about, but no, not quite going to get clear of the 0.
And that might seal it up for the 2 car of Hauser, man. He's got a good 4 car length advantage now over the 0 car of Dedmon and the 12 of Bergeron down the front straightaway. They've got to hope for a mistake once again. If that 2 car can tag the wall off turn 4, it might bring him right back into the fight, but it looks like the 0 car, so relentless. He's relentless like a bulldog, man. That 0 car does not give up for anything. Kevin Dedmon wants this win so bad. They'll come off turn number 4 this time by and just have 10 laps to go.
Field working themselves down that front straightaway right now as Hauser has himself about a half a second lead, the biggest he's had all night. Not a lot of close fights up and down the racetrack. Next closest, I believe, is going to be for 6th and 7th on the racetrack. That's going to be Matt McKinney and the 98 of Justin Thompson, but they're still relatively single-filed out. It's really this fight for the race lead. That's the one to watch. The 12 of Bergeron still trying the bottom, but still not enough momentum off the corner as the 0 at Dedmon is starting to reel in. That race leader of Hauser is a 21.167 for Hauser that time at 21.021 for Kevin Dedmon, nearly a 10th quicker as Dedmon nearly to the back of Hauser off of 2.
Yeah, I think the 2 car is getting a little bit flustered right now, Randy. He knows how close these guys are, and he knows one mistake will make them come right back up to his back bumper, and he's feeling the pressure right now as Dedmon's all over him once again. 8 laps to go. Here comes the 0 to the inside. Big slide shot for the lead, and Dedmon's got it clear. Hauser back to the inside, almost 3 wide again off turn number 2. Down the back straight they go. Hauser's back in front. Contact down the straightaway. My goodness, I'm losing my mind over a video game, but this is insane, Randy.
Nearly 3 wide again off of turn number 4. 3 wide 2 times in the same lap for the race lead. The 0 at Dedmon up the middle. A little bit of contact with Bergeron and contact with the leaders as well. Is this going to gift the race lead to the 12 of Bergeron? No, the 0 at Kevin Dedmon. He's going to hang on to it down the back straightaway. TMVLR, they may rob one in the final 10 laps, and here comes that 127 of Matulis as well.
With all odds against him down the front straightaway. Kevin Dedmon looking to become the 8th different winner in 8 races with the World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Model Championship Series. Down the backstretch, here comes the 12 of Bergeron to the inside. He noses ahead down the backstretch. They bang doors down the backstretch. Now Dedmon blocks the slider line. He slides up to the cushion off turn 4. Coming around this time by for 5 laps to go, Randy.
5 laps to go. Next time is a 0 of Dedmon in towards 1 and 2. He's going to hold on. The 12 of Bergeron doesn't send it. The 2 of Hauser tried the top, but look at the 0 at Dedmon. Doesn't hook up the middle of the racetrack down the back straightaway. They're side by side for the lead again.
Oh man, Bergeron got into the side of Dedmon right there. That might open the door for the 12 car. He's clear of him off turn number 4, but Dedmon's going to have the run, and Bergeron, he'll take the lead with just 4 laps to go now. What does Dedmon do now? The 12 car back to the bottom. The 0 drives it in deep to the top of the racetrack in 1 and 2. And down the back straightaway they go. It looks like the 12 car is just too good down low right now.
has the bottom line finally become the place to be, and the strongest point on the racetrack through corners number 3 and 4. Bergeron stays down there, and he has not got a great run. Nearly found the inside wall, but he's still going to be clear of the 0 of Dedmon in towards 1 and 2 this time. Going to be 3 laps to go as when they come off of turn number 4.
Yeah, Bergeron's much better down here on this end of the racetrack, but down here in 3 and 4 is where Dedmon catches back up with him. He's got to hope for a mistake. He's got to hope that 12 car maybe hits that inside wall or hits an infield tire or something, because right now, the 12 that time by was at least a 10th faster than the 0 car of Dedmon, and my goodness, now Dedmon drops it down low, but I don't think it's going to be enough here with just 2 laps to go.
The 127 Matulis, he's going to start setting in on the 2 Hauser as well, fighting for third, and there are potential championship implications if the 127 picks up another spot. It's going to be popsicle sticks in the air this time, off of corner number 4. Bergeron with the lead, Dedmon in second, Hauser and Matulis duking it out for third as they work in towards 1 and 2. The 127 Matulis has the preferred line at the bottom, and he gets clear of the 2 at Dylan Hauser just about down the back straightaway as Bergeron is going to hold on for the race lead.
Off turn number 4 and down to the white flag. Kevin Dedmon put a couple left-hand corners together here and track down the 12 of Bergeron. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Dedmon drives in way deep into 1 and 2. He's going to grab the cushion, but the 12 car is just too good off the bottom of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Here we go into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The 12 car doing exactly what he needed to do here tonight to track down Kendall Tucker in the championship standings, and he will become the first repeat winner in this series all year long. Alex Bergeron gets the win at Williams Grove. Second to Kevin Dedmon, third to Blake Majulis, fourth to Stephen Wilson, and fifth will go to the 2 of Dylan Hauser.